The Washington Post has just reported that Trump has ordered the removal of information on slavery at multiple national parks in an effort to scrub corrosive ideology. That also includes this famous photograph of a slave with scars on his back. Listen, I don't take the word fascism lightly, but fascists often rewrite and suppress history to craft a story of national greatness and purity. That certainly sounds like what's happening here.
Hello, wonderful good people. I believe all of you are doing well and fine today. For those who are first-time viewers on my channel, I'm Marvin, and please and kindly feel free to hit the subscribe icon below and subscribe to my channel. You can as well read the description to know more about my channel. On today's special episode, our focus will be in Trump's administration regime. With the first video, we can clearly get to understand the subject matter that Trump is busy letting go Black American history in national parks in America. Why make such a big move? On a recent episode I did on Charlie Kirk, Trump should be on the forefront trying to get justice for Charlie Kirk. He is instead focusing on things that doesn't affect the American people. Also, this is not a bold move at all, because this national park in Black American history is the pain Black Americans went through to reach the levels they have reached right now. Why erase Black history from museums and national parks? We have a famous portrait of a black slave who was beaten and whipped and his back scratched, famously known as the scratched back of Peter Gordon. This is a sign of pain Black people went through to get out of slavery. Well, seems Trump doesn't care about the welfare of Black Americans at all, because he is on the forefront trying to erase Black American history. He should be focusing on things that support the Black American people. Also, let's solve the following videos I've compiled for you people, and we'll come back at the end and we'll get a conclusion. Is it right for Trump to erase Black history and Black portraits in national museums? Let's solve the following videos.
This man's name was Peter, and Donald Trump wants to remove him from history. Peter was enslaved, but he escaped enslavement, and he became the subject of a series of photos documenting the keloids on his back as a result of whippings that he got while he was enslaved. The name of the photo was called The Scourged Back, and it was widely circulated in abolitionist movements to show the horrors of enslavement and slavery in the South. Peter escaped enslavement in 1863 in Louisiana when he left the 3,000-acre plantation that he was on. Many people believe that Peter joined the Union Army after he escaped enslavement, but some historians say that that was folklore to enhance his story. The Trump administration has asked for this, as well as many other mentions of enslavement and slavery, to not only be removed, but to also be scrubbed from national parks and other historical sites, because they are considered corrosive ideology.
So I recently learned that President Trump has ordered the removal of the infamous photograph of Peter Gordon. So if by chance you haven't seen this photograph, very briefly, he was a slave in Louisiana. He escaped and was later photographed by photographers. I think the guy's name was McPherson. I can't remember his first name. But the photograph became a very graphic and very powerful kind of earlier form of media depicting just the cruelty and brutality of slavery. I am going to show the photo, but like I said, it is graphic, so just a little bit of a trigger warning here. As a Black woman, and as a Black woman who just so happens to share the genetic code in producing raised scars like the ones you see on Peter Gordon's back, and also as a photographer, hearing that President Trump was removing this photograph along with other very important slave-related history has moved me in a very specific way. Just like photographs, scars are proof and very sacred reminders of our vulnerability, of our resilience, of our strength, and most importantly, our humanity. This photograph has just always been a very powerful reminder for all of us of what happened to us. And to erase that is wild work. And not just this, any of it. Wild work. Anyway, I'm a photographer, so if you're black and you want to stand up for our history, protest photos are on me.
So it just came down that Donald Trump wants to remove a very famous photograph of a slave with scars across his back from any American museum or institution. I find this completely abhorrent and disgusting. Now, he thinks, like a complete idiot, that somehow this makes America look bad. And it is quite the opposite. The Civil War and what we overcame and how the United States became a nation that abolished slavery is not only core to our identity, but it is one of the greatest stories of human triumph, in modern history. This is the new birth of freedom described in the Gettysburg Address. And I will tell you, as someone who was forced to live in South Africa under apartheid, my dad kidnapped me when I was a little kid for like 2 to 3 years, and I had to live under a totalitarian state until, Interpol came and got me back to the United States. I think you can't lie about your history. You have to be real about it. And the fact that he's trying to do this is the most un-American thing I can possibly imagine.
Black history should be taught in Black American schools and all over colleges in America, because it shows where Black American people originated from and how they reached America. They are indigenous in America. They fought for their own freedom. They were released because they worked and they believed that they need to be free as white people. With the videos we have just watched, you can clearly get to see Peter Gordon, a slave from Louisiana who escaped slavery. He clearly was against slavery. That's why he escaped it in 1863. How many years up to now? Trump needs to watch on how he handles matters concerning Black Americans, because they are the ones who spearhead the American Black history. What do you think about this episode, family? Do you support Trump's move to abolish Black portraits in national museums? What's your take in this episode? I believe children are supposed to be taught in museums, in national parks, and also in schools on how their ancestors were treated by white supremacists. Trump is defending his move, saying he is trying to remove bad and coercive ideologies from American people, but on our end we feel this as a national pride amongst the Black American community. Let me know what you think about this episode, and I will humbly respond to you people. And foremost, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video up to your family and friends. See you on the next episode, and thank you for watching. Goodbye.